Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for the first ever edition of the Sarcasm City TV specials. Second wave, people. So, this is the first ever edition. For those that haven't seen these before, it's a one-on-one sit down with a selected content creator, and we talk all about their journey. So, where they are now, but we start right at the very beginning. I did a set of these specials 5 to 6 months ago where I had on all the GOATs, all the Mount Rushmores, all the super duper stars in the space. I had on Troops was here, Rance was here, Lee Gunner did one, Matisse, Saeed, etc. And that was the gold jacket. Shout out to everyone, all of them who was involved in the specials, everyone who watched. But the second wave is the exact same format. The only difference is this is the second class. So this is the future Hall of Famers, the future Mount Rushmore candidates, the future GOATs of this space as well. And before anyone says anything and tries to critique it, I think I'm also a part of that second class. I am not at the gold jacket level yet. So this is no criticism of anybody I get involved in these. So big up to everyone that's locked in already. Shouts to everyone that's tapped in, hit the like button and subscribe. So make sure you hit the like button, share across all the socials and subscribe. I will be doing these all week. Monday, so from today all the way up until Friday, you will get the Sarcasm City TV special second wave with a selected content creator. Now, no one better to kick this one off with, people. No one better to kick this one off with. You may see him on his own channel doing great work. You may see him with Husam doing great work. You might see him on the football terrace doing great work. You might see him going back and forth with Lee Gunner on the live stream, again, doing great work and making great content as well. And that's what this show is about, is giving people their flowers. That's fully what this show is all about and these specials are about. Because we're too quick to criticize. Everyone's quick to criticize, but let's take a pause for a minute. We be putting out live content on a regular basis. And what I rate highly about this individual I'm about to bring in here is he's not a Premier League fan and he's not from England, but yet he's managed to produce content that has got me invested. I'm a big fan of his myself. Not only do I think he's extremely knowledgeable, and he's extremely knowledgeable about a league that he doesn't have a team in. So not only is he extremely knowledgeable about Serie A and his own team, Inter Milan, he'll break it down with you Premier League. Me and him can go bar for bar like he supports Manchester United, talking about Manchester United. Or he can tell you about Arsenal. He can tell you about Liverpool. He can tell you about Manchester City. And it's not just now. That's not what it is. Man can do the history thing too. Man can do, and on top of all that, outside of the knowledge, extremely entertaining, supremely. We was laughing at one of his one of the things that he went viral for when he was calling someone a fucking bum in a fucking Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely hilarious. But on top of that, I say that underrated for his humor, very witty, and he has them subtle shots that you don't catch unless you got that type of sense of humor. So welcome, man. None over I have to welcome to kick off the Sarcasm City TV special second waves. My like Judge Mo is in the building. Yes, Mo, how you doing, my guy?
Alhamdulillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to the Sarcasm City TV. Of course, make sure to like the video, subscribe. Listen, Flawless, you have absolutely texted me like 2 days ago and said, "Yo, I want to do this show with you. Would you talk about whatever thing?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna talk about how fucking Man United the shit." And I'm like, no, we're not. He's like,
we'll get to that.
No, you're not gonna talk about that. But anyway, listen, big up everybody that is here. Hit that like button, and we all know Man United are mudded. And we all love it. So
yeah, this guy. And that's what I was talking about, that humor right there, just taking shots. But more, we will get to that. I'm going to bring you on next week for a Q&A, and we'll talk all things Manchester United. But this show is all about you. It's all about Judge Mo. Yes, you're doing big numbers, like I said. Your YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying, skyrocketing in terms of numbers. Your numbers with Husam, doing exceptional work with him as well. He's already done one of these specials. Make sure you check it out as well, people. But Mo, it's all about you, man. This is all about your journey and finding out about Mo from the very start, being in this content creator space. So before your own channel, before working with Husam, before the football terrace, before going viral, before all the notoriety, take us back to the very beginning. Like, what was your start in this space? Take us back to having, before you even started the channel.
No,
that's from the very beginning.
Not even in the beginning.
Yes, the very beginning.
For even before content.
Okay,
I always played football all my life in Egypt. played for youth teams in multiple clubs. I played third division in Egypt until I had to quit because I failed 2 years at college and my dad was about to actually kick me out of the house. So, and I had to, because it wasn't making enough money at that time,
Mhm.
football in Egypt.
Mhm.
You had to choose. It's either your career, because I was in I actually studied science, like geophysics, like faculty of science. I have a degree in science. So it's either that or play football. And football wasn't making money as much back in the
Yeah.
days. But I played until I was like, what, like 21,
Okay.
something like that, since I was like 14, 13. Before that, I was, 12, 13, and I started playing in good teams, very big teams as youth. And then when I went to first team, I played second division and third division. And then I had to give it up. But I always watched football. And always watched the Premier League, though. Always supported Inter in 98,
Mhm.
but always watched the Premier League. Because I like how the Premier League always presented the best product, that's
Okay.
what people don't understand. The reason why I do content about the Premier League, because I always follow the Premier League as much as I followed Serie A. Right? Makes sense. It started in 2000 when I think in Egypt the Premier League was available to the people in 2000, the Invincible season, Henri's season, and all
Okay.
this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was now broadcasted everywhere. So I started what before that was only shows about Man United. Maybe that's why I hate Man United. It was only a show about the class of
As you let me know, you know what I'm saying?
when I was
Religious
in
thing.
Saudi Arabia, actually, when I was in Saudi Arabia, when I was 94, before we left with my family, go back to Egypt, there was only one program about European football, which
Mm.
was the Man United show. Apart from the Italian shows, the Italian football shows, which is Italy at that time, AC Milan and all the big guys.
Facts.
So in about England, it was only Man United show, and the team used to
Mm.
wear sharp. And I was too young to know what is this, right? Like,
Mm.
not what is this, like not in the league. And then they used to show. So Man United was the big at that time because of the class of '92 and all the Alex
Facts, man.
Ferguson. Anyway,
We drive eyeballs to products. That's what it is. We still
so what
drive
happened
eyeballs to
is
products, but for the
in
wrong reasons.
in 03 when the Invincible season started, watching the Premier League, and I've been following the Premier League since, like religiously, which means I'll watch anybody play anybody. I'll watch anybody play anybody.
You're a
No,
true man of football.
like, and the Premier League produces the best product. So anyway, I always watch the
Yeah.
Premier League. Never always spoke about the football. Coach some
Mhm.
football sometimes here locally in a club here. Coach kids and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Helped a couple of them get scholarships for football here in the United States when I moved in here. But anyway, and then the opportunity is kind of strange actually. Of course, I got my degree in science. I'm a geoscientist, geophysicist.
Okay, let's go talk up scientist settings, man. Big Bang Theory. I see you shining, Mo.
Some
I
kind of
see
shit
you.
like that.
Yeah, it's something definitely like that. Yeah, it's definitely.
People say, yeah, but I always played football all my life. When I came
Always
here,
play ball.
actually, always.
Okay.
Even when I came here in America, I found the highest amateur league here, where even the pros that play MLS the current moment play in off
Mhm.
season.
Okay.
Mohamed Kalon used to have a team. The guy that captained Sierra Leone that played next to R9. I marked the guy 6 times. Fucking tore me apart, but fine. Because
You crack me up, Mo.
he
You
was
crack
the
me up on
captain
my
of
life.
Sierra Leone. He was the captain of Sierra
Yeah.
Leone. Bro, and then of course, like we talked and stuff like that because I'm Egyptian. He's from Sierra Leone. We spoke about Afghan and all this stuff. And he was talking about his time with R9 because he partnered R9 and Adriano Inter and stuff like that. Anyway, long story short, played football and everything, and I got into coaching.
Right.
But the opportunity came from during COVID. We used to work from home, but there wasn't.
Okay, so wait. So before you carry on there, so during COVID is when you was getting was you watching content before you started making it? Was you a fan of anyone in particular, any fan channels or anything like that?
Never watched YouTube in my life.
Never, really?
Didn't even hear of AFTV.
Okay, all right. Okay, so so in COVID, what made you go, all right, I know you're gonna tell the story. I'm gonna start making content. What was the thought process like? Why was you like, okay, I'm in COVID, let me start making content? Bear in mind you hadn't seen anything before.
Kind of a strange story. I
Right.
had Twitter, but I never actually never checked it. It was never my thing. I had like 20 followers. I never checked it. Didn't care about it. And I used to play a lot of during COVID. I used to work from I played the Ultimate Team.
Okay. FIFA
right?
Ultimate Team. Got you.
Yeah. And I was invested, I think that was 2020, end of
Yeah.
2020 during COVID. And I broke a couple of joysticks and actually smashed the wall. Like actually
Jeez.
my hand went through the wall when I was playing the weekend league. If you guys know
Damn.
what that is. You know the weekend
How
league.
about the weekend league? Yeah, it's the competitive because some
It's
of the
fucking
man in
40
my
games. You have
some,
to
some
win. You have to win on
yeah,
the certain amount of games to get these packs and to get these packs.
yeah. The man who played
And
my pro clubs, they play that. So yeah, I've heard of it,
I
but I've never
was
played it
so
myself.
stressed, of course. It was work was not going because there was no work. You know what I mean? There was no work. And even football was not going here because they stopped all the leagues. So I
you
was
was
still working part-time.
what was you doing? What was you doing? What part-time work?
Same, oil and gas scientist.
Okay, scientist settings. All right, man. You
No,
like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory? Okay, I see you.
I was just a geophysicist. If you know what that. If I
oh
say
yeah, geophysicist. Yeah, I know that. You
nobody
know
would
why?
know
Because
what that is.
I watch Big Bang Theory, so I know about these type of things. That's how I know about the geophysicist.
So I worked in
That's
geophysics
right.
and stuff like that. And anyway, so my wife said, "You're done here. You're done. There's no more PlayStation because you smashed the wall." And my wife is a doctor, so she said, "Your everything, your blood pressure must be high. It's dangerous now," because I was so stressed, and everything went through the PlayStation. No football to play. Work was work from home. No going out. The lockdown here was a real lockdown. You know,
lockdown.
Nothing.
What part of the States was you in at that point? What's
Texas.
that? What part? Oh, you was in Texas. Okay.
Same.
Okay. So your wife was the one. Shout out to your wife. She a real one for that. She was like, no more FIFA.
You need to get the energy somewhere else.
Yeah.
And she's like, why don't you go on Twitter and just try to talk about football? And I'm like, there's nothing like this. I had no idea anything existed.
Okay.
I had no idea that the football content exists.
Jeez. That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
You had no idea. So what was your first
This industry did not exist to me.
You had no idea about it.
I still in this current moment. Actually, we think now because we're content creators that this is actually something odd. It's actually not odd at all. I play a football in the league still. I'm still older now and everything, but I still play.
Yeah.
Even the people that watch the Premier League have no idea that this industry exists.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. I was one of these people that didn't know that this industry exists at all.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I got on Twitter and I followed some of the people that enter people.
Like, so you followed Inter Milan content creators?
Not content. They're not content.
Oh, not content. You just followed players.
Journalists.
Oh, journalists. Okay. Fair.
Or funny accounts or somebody. You get my point? Like, just I had no idea that YouTube existed from that aspect. Only YouTube is for highlights and press conferences for coaches and Sky Sports clips. That's all what existed, you know, for me. And then I contacted someone and I asked him for, can I write with you? And then it didn't work. And then I saw someone tweet that someone wants fan cams. I can't remember the person that tweeted, but I responded to the tweet. And then there's a guy called Anthony who comes on my channel now. He owns Inter Worldwide. I think that was November or something like that, 2020.
November 2020, right? Okay.
Something like that. End of the actual lockdown. We're still in lockdown, but you know, it's easing a little bit. Supermarkets now are open. You can go inside, but you have to wear a mask and all this stuff. And they said, of course, I was watching Inter. You know, that Serie A started, watching Inter, watching the Premier League, and it's La Liga, and everything I do with the day is just watch football.
Okay.
And anyway, so I commented, and then someone DM'd me and said, yeah, you want interested in a fan cam? I'm like, what is a fan cam?
So someone DM'd you and said, are you interested in a fan cam?
No. I commented under someone's
tweet.
You
commented under. Okay.
I'm interested. They said, like, we're looking for fan cam people. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
And you had no idea what a fan cam person was at that
fan
point.
cam is.
That's crazy.
So they contacted me, Anthony. Shout out to Anthony, of course, or Samer, one of them. And then they're like, yeah, fan cam is we record something on your phone, just send it to us and we'll put it on our YouTube channel. I'm like, YouTube channel. And then I went in and I found out what is happening. So I did the first one. I can't remember the game, to be honest with you. Crotone, something like that. A pizza topping team, as Hamza says.
Pizza topping TV, so
I'm
disrespectful.
just,
But that's why you two get on. But that's a comment you would make. That's why you two are a great
yeah,
duo. Because you got to say you got similar sense of humor. You two jokers. But go on, carry
yeah.
on. That's your word.
I got into, and then got into the first fan cam, and then they said, okay, record one, second one, third one. And then one of them, Tamer, said, actually, you talk very well. Can you translate this, right, into a writing, like actual writing,
Okay.
like an article? And I'm like, I can try. I never wrote about football before.
Yeah,
and I started writing as I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
And he said back, this is dog shit, bro. This is I remember Samir, but shout out to Samir if you're watching this. So I learned there was two guys, one running the YouTube worldwide, and one running the website,
the writing side, the journalist side of it. Yeah,
it's like the press conferences, the match analysis, and all this stuff. And it was dog shit. So I spent hours with Samir teaching me about the SEO and all this stuff. You know what I mean? All these things about writing articles. And then he signed me up for this website that helps you write and all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you.
And I wrote my first one, and then the second one, and then I started writing while doing the fan cams. And then in that time, they told me, "How about you come on the channel to do some shows?" I'm like, "What shows?" It's like an hour show. Talk about Inter after the games.
Yeah.
And then shout out to the guys. I was so amazing that they actually gave me the keys to the channel.
Really? What? So they gave you the keys to the channel from the jump?
No. It took about a month, 2 months, 3 months. What I was still trying to. So I started doing videos. If you go now, the channel, because we shut it down and we started a new channel. The channel is it's now called Inter Worldwide Extra. You will see some really strange stuff, bro. I did a tactical analysis on my TV for 11 minutes. That video, my wife, shout out to my wife. She helped me film that video for 12 hours.
Yeah, we got to take a pause for the cause. Big up to your wife, because not only did she help you with that video, she is the one who got you started and why you are having all the success you are. So you know what? Big up to Mrs. Judge Mo. That's what I will say. Shout out to her. Absolute real one.
We got the phones, bro. We got the stand, the light, a couple of lights, of course. And she was filming, and she was like, "Bro, you're so shit. We need to do a retake."
So she was critiquing you.
Bro, after the game, she spent 12 hours recording an 11-minute video with me.
Jeez.
And we did it, and we posted the video. It got a very good, at that time, 500 views was something.
Yeah, absolutely. For considering you're just starting out.
The channel had a 1K or 1.5K. So we got 5.
So,
bro,
at that
seriously,
point, when you put out that video and it's got 500 views, are you like,
I got
all
known.
right, is this
I got known.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this something you said, I'm good at and I can go further in?
Yes, I got known.
Okay. How did you get known?
I got known by that video. As the guy who knows football. I was always the guy, to be honest with you. I know now I do the banter and all the stuff. I know the people say, "Oh, you have these banter shows and all the stuff." Absolutely. I was always known, and the guy that knows my guys here. Even this is why I coach the team here now where I play at. I coach 2 teams because they always said you see the game differently than the normal person when you see some stuff. That's why when I was coaching here the kids, I used to always point them in some certain areas in the football. I know not a lot of people are interested in tacticals and all the stuff on YouTube, but I was always that guy. I always spoke about the game from the tactical aspect, not the banter or the fan aspect. You know what I mean? Always saw things differently and all this stuff. So I was doing a lot of tactical analysis things about what opened up the game, this player, the rule, and all this shit. You know what I mean?
Got you. Yeah.
And then I started doing content about Inter regularly now. We started a show called The Final Word.
Is this on the same, sorry to cut you off, is this on the same YouTube channel? Okay, first.
Inter Worldwide.
All right. Got you.
Inter Worldwide. But I was still so intrigued by, I wanted to translate this into talking about the Premier League for 2 reasons.
Well,
number one, I'm an English speaking person, of course, with the Arabic, my mother tongue. But to put out content talking about Serie A in this day and age in English, it doesn't have views. And people have to understand that, yes, I like to speak about football, but I like to have a feedback. I like a back and forth.
Yeah, facts.
Right? So us we did this with Inter worldwide. We tried. We got some views. We used to get like good amount of viewers, but not enough to keep us going.
Right.
You know what
It
I
wasn't.
mean?
You couldn't see that. You couldn't see that.
Even
That
Anthony,
gradual improvement.
even Anthony, the guy. Shout out to Anthony. And just
Mhm.
have to shout out Anthony and Samara. These are the people that actually
Big
got
'em
me
up.
into content.
Talk about it.
These are two. Anthony, you have to get him on your channel. He's actually a Man United fan of 24 years old.
Okay.
Like he
If you
has been
suggesting him,
supporting
I get him on.
United,
Yeah.
United and Inter, but he's actually like a diehard United fan as well, along with Inter.
Real
He's
one.
from Australia,
Okay.
and he knows, by the way, Man United in and out, history, everything.
Mhm.
He's so Anthony is the guy, and then very simple that we started doing shows, and now I started being connected to a new set of fans of Inter, the Italian speaking fans that do the ultras, that do shows from Italy. But it was very hard to continue because most of their shows were actually in Italian.
Got you. I
Like
understand that.
Vox to Box, and the guys in the Netherlands, the Italian guys in the Netherlands, the Inter Ultras in the Netherlands, the Inter Club in Netherlands, they do the shows in Italian. It was very hard to continue working with them because most of their work is directed to the Italian audience.
And not the English speaking audience.
Not
like
the
you
English speaking
mentioned.
audience, which is not a lot though. It's
Okay.
a lot, but they don't watch YouTube, not like the England fans. But I always wanted to speak about the Premier League because I was always watching the Premier League over Serie A, apart from Inter, Juventus, and AC Milan, the big teams.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, this is what people don't understand. The smaller games in Italy are dog shit, not because the football is bad, because the production is bad. That's what people need to understand. That's why people don't watch Serie A. It is not about the football is bad. You think the football is bad, but realistically, I'm going to give you an idea. When people watch Fiorentina against West Ham, everyone thought that Fiorentina looked better than West Ham on the pitch. Play better football, more attractive football. But if you go and watch Fiorentina play in Serie A on TV against Udinese, the game itself, because at the end, you watch the game on TV, you want to be entertained, you want to have passion. The production of the game is shit, so it drives you out. I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, they don't know how to sell it to you.
Yeah,
they don't sell it well.
The sound is bad, the pitch is bad, the camera angle is bad, the camera quality is bad, bro. It's lesser quality than the Premier League. It's actually true. Actually, you hear that even when you go to the people in Italy and you talk to them in Italy, because I go to Italy every year.
Yeah.
It is actually, people know that this league went down because the Premier League and La Liga and Bundesliga went ahead in production. Selling at the end, football is a product. If you can't sell the product, you're gonna fall behind.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how good your football is, because at the end, there's only 1% of the people that watch the game watch it from the stadium. The 99% watch it on TV. So if you can't sell the product on TV, there's no money to fund the clubs.
Yeah, that's true.
That is the reality, right?
Yeah.
The Saudi league look better on TV than Serie A. That's how bad Serie A is.
Damn.
Right? That's the reality.
Damn.
The market is the Premier League and La Liga, but that's the whole point. So I didn't watch Serie A. It's not entertaining. Games that look dog shit. The field we used to have in Inter content something called potato field game. The game is played on a field that is, I here in amateur league, a better field. I'm being serious, bro.
I believe you. It's just funny the way you're delivering it.
If you hear that term potato field within the Serie A community, like I have groups, you know exactly, it's a potato field. You know what a potato field is? The pitch look like a potato field. The ball bounces in every pass.
It's bubbling. It's bubbling.
The ball bounces every pass. Every shot will take a bounce before it goes to the goalkeeper. That is not professional football.
No, not the slightest.
It is not. I went to the San Siro and I knew why. Even the San Siro, by the way, I went to Selhurst Park, bro. Selhurst Park, the pitch looked better than San Siro.
That's crazy. That should never happen. Yeah, Selhurst Park. No disrespect to Palace fans, shouldn't look better.
I was watching Crystal Palace versus Southampton in England, and I'm like, I was just fucking in San Siro. This looks much better, bro. What the fuck, bro? These guys should be like, what?
Get them groundsmen over there. That's crazy. That is
how bad it is, bro. It's bad.
Yeah, that's
of course it will look better in the big games. Of course it will look better. They'll take care of it. But sometimes San Siro is bad. It's just bad. Go to some park. And I'm going to tell you something.
Go on.
I'm going to let you in on something. that
Go on.
people don't know unless they go to both games, right? And
Mm.
both. I went to the San Siro watch Inter, and I went to Everton, Goodison Park,
Yeah.
right? Watch Arsenal and Everton back in 2019. Goodison Park is dog shit. It's just established. I don't know if you've been to Goodison Park.
I've been
As a
Goodison Park.
stadium, it's
I've been Goodison
absolute
Park.
garbage. It's not garbage. It's history, heritage, never been renewed. Bathrooms look like shit. The freaking pie stand is so old. The seats are horrific. It's just garbage. There's a freaking bro. I was sitting in a freaking seat. There was a
And there's a
whole
pole.
like there's a pole in front of me, and I'm like, I'm fucking paid 60 pounds to watch a pole take half the field. It's fucking real. However, that game was dog shit. Football wise, it was 0-0, zero
Yeah.
shots on target, horrific
Damn.
football compared
Yeah.
to MLS, right?
Mhm.
But I went home with my wife and I told her, now we watch the game with me. My wife was with me.
Okay.
Let's watch the highlights. I put it on the TV in the hotel and watched the highlights. The highlights look
That's
top notch.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Top
yeah, yeah. They
notch,
sold
bro.
it. They
The
sold it well.
production, you know, the angles. I'm like, I fucking watched the same fucking game. This is dog shit. You're lying to the people, you bozos. But again, at the end, what are you buying? The product.
You are buying the product. So back
That's
to
it.
Inter Worldwide. So you're
Back
there.
Interworldwide. Sorry
you've
to
had-
to
That's
go
all
to
good,
the-
man. You could go off on tangents. This is about you. It's about hearing about your story, and that adds in. So you're at Inter Worldwide. You're there on the channel. You're getting views, but you can see there's not really
But
any
even
where this
us
can
on
go.
the guys,
The ceiling's low.
with the guys, we said that it's the ceiling is very low.
Low. The ceiling's low.
It's
Okay.
very low.
Did you know that from the
And
beginning, or did you know that
I
after
had
doing a
no
couple
idea,
videos?
bro. I had
Okay,
no idea.
okay.
So at the end of that season, Inter win the title. That's 2021, if I'm not mistaken. 2021, yeah. Inter win the title with Antonio Conte and stuff like this. And I said, guys, I need to speak about the Premier League. So we sit and talk, and we start a new channel. Okay, hear me out. Okay, this is very important in my journey.
Yeah, man.
Actually, I wanted to talk about football. The reason why I actually got into talking about football and I looked for places to talk about football was the Guardian podcast with Max Rushton and Barry Glendenning. I don't know. I don't think you know who that is.
I've heard the name Max
Rushton. Now,
have you heard the name Max Rushton?
Presenter in Australia. He's English, supports Spurs, and he went to Australia. Barry Glendenning is a Sunderland supporter, and he's Irish. So they have this amazing podcast, right? Them and the BBC podcast as well. So that podcast had 3 guys that speak about football in a completely different, 4 guys that speak about football in a completely different way. If people can listen to them, there's a guy that does the podcast with Turkish.
Going on from AA, Soccer AM. Go on, carry on as you were.
Yes. So there's a guy.
I knew I knew the name.
So there's a guy. One of the people that I looked up to and I want to speak about football because of him is someone called Jordan Jarrett Bryan. He's a guy from London. He works for Channel 4. He does the show with Turkish and Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. With Turkish and Lee Judges. On Turkish channel. It's called Arsenal All Podcast. Jordan Jarrett Bryan. Braids.
Right. Okay.
One of the best well-spoken person on ever on football. He's an Arsenal fan. Jordan Jarrett Bryan. Shout out to him because he's coming to the story actually.
Okay, yeah, I'm here. We all on the journey, man. We all in the time machine.
Barney Roney, the guy the chief Guardian writer, Barney Roney. Locks, not braids. I'm sorry. I'm an uneducated thing.
Yeah, you don't know about Afro hair. It's cool. I got the point you made. It's cool.
Not that deep.
It's cool.
Not that deep.
For real, it's not. But go on.
It's definitely not that deep. Anyway, him, Jordan Jarrett Bryan, Barney Roney, and there's a couple of guys I can't remember the name, Jack Broke or whatever. Anyway, long story short, I said I want to talk about the Premier League. We started the channel called Football Worldwide, and we made the mistake of making it Football Worldwide. I was responsible for the Premier League because I always watch the Premier League. And the first episode was previewing that season. And I got in contact on Twitter with Jordan Jarrett Bryan to get him on the first ever show on that channel that had 0 subs.
Okay, so you just contacted him. You was like, let me just try and get him on.
Bro, I contacted everyone that I want to work with on Twitter, including Natasha Henry. I don't know if you know Natasha Henry. She used to work.
This. I'll have a look now. I'm literally going to Google this and find out.
Natasha Henry, I contacted other people as well. There are other people there that I contacted, and Natasha Henry is a fantastic pundit. She stopped working. I think she had something in her life, that a kid or a family thing. Natasha Henry was one of the people that I looked up to talk about football. She's absolutely phenomenal, amazing to talk about football as well. Jordan as well. Shout out to him. He's inspired me a lot about talking about football as well. But on the other hand, with all of this, I had no idea who's Turkish, who's Robbie, who's Terry Flowers, who's Lee Gunner, who's Mark Gorbridge. I had no idea who these people
you don't
are,
have a
bro.
clue.
No idea who these people are. And so I started doing the show with Jordan, and then I got a couple of my friends that play football with me, an Arsenal fan, a Chelsea fan here. We started talking about the football, but we weren't going anywhere. Number one, they weren't taking it as serious. We did one episode of the show. And of course, they had their own life. But I was dedicated to football and football. I was like, I'm going to make this work. And Anthony.
So before you carry on, that's your mindset as you've created this new show is, I want to talk about football. I'm going to make this work regardless of anybody else. And
there is a message. There is something that I can't share with the people that when and I'm going to come to that later.
Of course.
A message from Anthony that the one that actually got the first fan cam for me. He sent me a message the day, the first day I got into Straight Facts with Terry. That actually we agreed that I'm going to be a regular on Straight Facts on the Football Terrace.
Have we?
That's coming later. That's way later.
I was going to say that's way later. Yeah, that's way later. We're going to get to that.
The thing about that message is that what Anthony said is that from day one, when you joined Inter Worldwide, I knew you would make it way further than us. It's a recorded message.
Oh, is that what he said? Hey, props to him, and he was right. Look at
and
what
he
he's
said
done in
I
space.
would make it way further than us in this industry because you always told us we'll make this work. Even on Inter Worldwide, I told them we'll make this work. It didn't work, unfortunately, for many reasons, because themselves, the owners of the channel, they had their own. Anthony got married and had his own thing, and he couldn't even commit. So I had to carry the channel on my own while talk about the Premier League, so I couldn't juggle both.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, at that time, and I got into the first, and then we started talking about the Premier League on that channel. It didn't work out, but I wanted to, and now my eyes were open to there is a Premier League content out there on YouTube, fan channels. Now I got introduced to fan channels.
No, it's before you go that, hold that thought. First and foremost, people, are you not entertained? This is a quick advert break. Run up the likes on the video. Make sure you subscribe to Judge Mo's channel. The link is in the title. Subscribe to his channel, people. Subscribe to his channel. Links in the title. Subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel. Sarcasm City Special, second wave, people. Judge Mo opening up the series. Caesar Talks is saying this is entertaining. Appreciate it. Big up. So Mo, finally now, this is the summer. Gone after you've been working on Inter Worldwide, the second channel. What was your introduction to the Premier League content creator space?
So we started doing the show on my own, and I got a couple of people to talk on my show as well, on that Football Worldwide channel. That didn't work out for a lot of reasons, right? A lot of reasons, actually, which is, people, shout out to the guys, Anthony and the guys from Australia, Bruno and the other guys as well, but they didn't believe it's gonna work. And also we made the mistake of having a lot of content about La Liga, about Champions League. And I know now, being an experienced YouTuber now, I call myself that.
You definitely that's what you hear.
I always advise people that you cannot have a channel where you confuse your viewers. We did confuse our viewers.
Right.
La Liga, you know what I mean? Champions League, Premier League, you can't do that.
There wasn't something you honed.
You have to. The viewer has to know. This is I'm letting you people that want to be content and that not a lot of people will tell you. You need to target certain people, Premier League viewers or Champions League or because otherwise,
or La Liga or Serie A, it has to be something.
That's how YouTube works. That's how, it's not us. It's just how YouTube works.
Yeah, I get you. I fully get what you're saying.
So basically, so that channel didn't work, but I wanted to, invade the Premier League work. Shout out to Rich a guy, a supporter of Man United, has a channel called United TV. His name's called Rich TV back in the I don't know if you know him.
Is it
Called,
Rich87?
it might
What's his
have been.
Twitter
It's
at?
called
It
Radio
might be. I
United
might
TV.
know him. I might know him. But go on, carry on.
I called in for a call-in show. And shout out to you, Rich. He had 10 viewers. I didn't care. Didn't matter for me. He had 3K subs now. Rich, big up to you and the work you do. Enjoyed calm, composed.
Wait, yeah,
I called.
wait, it's United TV, but yeah, I've been on a show with Rich. I've been on a couple shows. This was I think
Rich
like
is nice.
years back. But yeah, shout out to Rich. We follow each other on Twitter. Yeah.
Rich was nice. So I got into a couple of shows with him. I got him on my show as well. And what happened is I still did inter work as well on the side. And I think it was December 2021 now. Where I literally sat on my laptop one day, I think after a Spurs game, and I typed call in. That's it.
Okay, so you just after the Spurs game sat down and you just typed call in. What made you do that?
I had a webcam, I had a mic. I bought a mic. Of course, I bought a mic and a webcam. I bought multiple webcams for Interworldwide because Interworldwide used to now get 1,000 views or something like that, or 600 views or hundreds. So I started putting. I had a ring light, of course, and I had some Inter shirts behind me. And all this work. I called him, bro.
Before you get to that, what made you sit down and go, all right, I'm gonna type in YouTube
I had
calling?
to like listen. I am doing this shit. I'm doing this shit, bro.
So you just got tunnel vision.
Past me, bro.
It's just tunnel vision.
Not gonna go past me. I am gonna be on one of these shows. And now I started. So at that time, I got in. I saw Mark Goldbridge. He had some people at that time. I can't remember. Not Saeed. Somebody else. I can't remember who. A Man United content creator. AFTV as well. I saw them doing interviews outside the stadium. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
okay.
And then I saw shows with panels. And I'm like, I want to be on one of these shit. You know what I mean? I know more than these fuckers. You know what I mean? These fuckers don't know football. I want to be there talking about the football, you know?
So this is before, because obviously the era you're talking about, this is before. Actually, no, live streaming was starting around that time because you had
around that time,
Zooms, and then live streaming was starting to get to that. So you had so when you went on Rich's channel, was that from the first time you sat down?
I think that was October in 2021 or something like that.
Okay. So you sat that and you sat down and was like, I'm going to do this regardless. Tunnel vision. You was fully focused and like,
bro. So then I am going into the Premier League work.
Okay, so what was it like the first time with Rich being on? Was that the first fan calling show you was on?
The first time calling, I spoke about the Premier League before, so I already spoke in front of bigger audience because of Inter. Okay. So I was accustomed to it, but not about the Premier League. And I spoke, and I think I spoke about all the teams with them. And I like to think that they were amazed. How can someone that doesn't support the Premier League team can speak about every single fucking team? Even I think Jordan Jarrett Bryan, I think when I spoke with him after off camera, he's like, how you don't support the Premier League team? And you can talk all the way to Sheffield United and their coach and their squad and all this stuff. I used to, because that time, and that's the difference now, just got to be honest with the people. Because I didn't do content that day, I used to watch every Premier League game, including the 17th playing 19th. Okay, but because now we do content, sometimes I am on a show, on a match reaction. I don't have time to watch that game. I need to focus on because I'm doing content about Arsenal, I need to take notes. I'm doing content about Man United, I need to take notes. So I can't be focused on all the games now, like before. I used to be way more like invested in every single game. Like, you get my point? Like even Newcastle being but now it is being a content creator now, it is much harder to focus on the football than back in the days when you didn't do content.
Tell me about it. Preaching to the choir, yes. Very much.
And people think it's like, oh my God, why didn't you guys talk about? You don't understand.
Because we're football, bro. Yeah, people don't understand. We are footballed out, and when I say that we are locked in, we're watching games, then we're assessing what's going on in the game. We're emotionally invested in some of them games. Then we're trying to take on information because we know we're going to be on shows afterwards. Then you're going to be asked questions about said games, going to be asked about rivals, etc. The list goes on and on and on. And this is daily, people. Daily.
Let me show you.
It's fun what we do, but yeah, it's daily. Trust me. I hear you. I hear you. Trust me.
Bro, this is I don't know how to make this. Let me do there you go. This is the amount of
Yes.
notes I take during watching games.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. Let me just put it.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah. Try and focus the camera, but we can see you scrolling there. Yeah, hopefully there is. You can see you scrolling there. Yeah, you serious
Anyway.
about your craft? You're serious about your craft.
Yeah, so that anyway, so now it's much harder to do this. Just comments and comments, and I used to watch 3 games in the same time and take notes and sit like this. Sometimes I used to tell my wife just write because I can't just write in 2 games at the same time.
Oh, so your wife was helping you out with this as well. She was writing
Bro,
notes
my wife always helped me, bro.
Salute to your wife.
Always.
Is she an Inter Milan
Just,
fan? Is she an Inter Milan fan like you?
No, I made her hate football when we got married.
Ah, so she just dislikes it, but she understands it's the profession.
When I first met my wife, she was actually a big football fan. She
Yeah.
used to support Zamalek in Egypt. You guys don't know who that is. It's the second biggest club in Africa,
Okay.
second biggest club in Egypt. But I supported Al-Ahli. Because I watched so much football, she said I hated anything that looks green.
Fair enough. You know what? The amount of football she probably heard, and then she heard you talking about it and you writing notes and football being your life. I fully get that. I fully get why your wife is like that. So
she is like, I hate football now, but she helped me in the content though.
Yeah, she did.
She still helps. To be honest with you, she still helps. You know what I mean?
Hey, salute. You got a real one. And like I said, she kicked off the journey and has been with you throughout the journey up until this point and will continue to be so. So you've gone on the show, the first fan calling
and
show.
Then,
with
yeah, I call in. I find the football terrace.
So was that the first?
That's December. That's after Rich 2 times.
Rich, is that the first biggest channel that you found where you're like, there's a lot of numbers and a lot of people here?
And then I kept clicking on the link that Terry had pinned, and then it says studio's full, and then one time, within like 10-15 minutes, bro, the link connected. Yeah, and I'm backstage. And I can't remember who was there. I can't remember, honestly. There was some people there. It was
There's a lot of people there. Okay.
And then there was a lot of people, of course. And Terry let me in, and I remember what he said. He said, because I had, you remember I had the green screen and I had all the work. You remember the graphics and all the shit?
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
And basically, I went in, and Terry let me in, and I remember the line. He said, we couldn't leave him backstage with that setup. I had the whole mic, bro, the back.
Yeah, your setup was...
but before that, I used to do short match analysis content on Football Worldwide and on Twitter. Okay. Like a 2-minute analysis on games. Mm-hmm. On the old account before it got banned. It got banned because I shared... you know what, Sam? If anybody's watching this from the people that watch me, the freaking old content got banned because I shared a tweet about how Jack Grealish needs to be stopped because he hurts other people. That's how deep the hate goes. It was Aston Villa time.
Oh, Jesus. Ask why? What was Grealish making a challenge or something? And you, what did you tweet something? Did you quote tweet something?
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Because I played football, I know what he did. Mm-hmm. I swear to God, bro, he gone past player and dangled the foot, but he dangled the foot to hit someone's shin, so he won the free kick, right? But the guy got injured and got subbed out, and because I was a dirty player, I knew that, right?
Yeah.
So I know these tricks, the dark arts. Yeah. And I knew exactly what he did. He hit the guy's shin and he won the free kick and the guy got injured. Mm-hmm. And I tweeted that. And of course, because I didn't know Twitter at that time that much, I tweeted a GIF from the game, a GIF from the game. So the account got banned because of copyrights.
Damn.
But it was a small account. It was just 200 followers. You know, who cares?
Oh, that wasn't too bad. It's not like you lost like 20K or something like that. Okay,
it was all right. It was just a small account.
Okay.
And seriously, at that time, and people didn't know that Jack Grealish thing was, it's all, bro. It's from Aston Villa days. This guy. Him leaving an elbow out, him leaving a foot out when he goes down. All this stuff that he does, still does until today.
Dark arts.
It's the dark arts. And by the way, in football now, people used to call me the dark arts on the football pitch here.
It makes sense because you're the dark arts in the content creator space, so it makes sense. I see the moves the tricks you be pulling on people. You be pulling the wool over people's eyes. I see it, man. The things you do to be like, even when we met, and that's why I introduced it, and I was like, Mo got that dark sense of humor, but not a lot of people catch it. Not a lot of people catch it, but I do. I see it. I see the dark arts.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got onto the terrace.
So I got
and that
into
was like the
terrace.
first big channel. And then what was that like?
And then Terry followed me. Of course, Terry. And then he texted me and saying, "Do you want to be on this match reaction?" And then the journey started. Right? And then the journey started.
So this
and
is
that
2020. What year is this? Like
2021 now. It's 2020. It's 2022 now. Early January.
So early Okay, early in the year, January. Okay,
I can't remember. Is that the season that Arsenal bottled top 4 or something? Yeah.
You would remember that.
Yes, it's the 21-22, bro, with Arsenal bottled top 4. I think that's the year that Conte. That was funny, bro. Absolutely, I remember that year. Is it? Yeah, I remember that was the year, the Ranieri career, something like that, right?
I erased these years from my memories.
When Arsenal bottled top 4, 2 points behind Spurs at the end. And at that time, I think in February, Inter faced Liverpool in the Champions League, and now I meet the fraud.
All right. So wait. So getting on the Terrace, Terry's followed you back.
Inviting me, bro.
Terry's followed you back. So is this just played into your mindset of I'm gonna make it, and this is just carrying on?
No, there's tons of people, bro. That tons of people that go on the football terrace with all those. Don't make it.
Okay, first. All right, first. So you didn't see it as that way. Did you see it as a good thing? No, like he's calling you to get you back
because I still kept doing my show, bro, on the side.
Okay. So then, boom, you're on the terrace. You're on the match reactions going well. Sometimes. Did you see any difference in the regards to like the notoriety you was getting? Like, did you get responses on Twitter? Did you get people trying to reach out to get you on?
No, because my Twitter was mostly Inter people at that time, not a Premier League oriented.
First.
Twitter.
First. So you're on the terrace. Carry on as you were.
And I'm still doing the Inter content on the side, but it's dying down because the guys have given up. The guys that own the channel have given up, but I still try to do content. And I met the fraud, Husam, and I hated the guy on the because Terry invited me to a Champions League when Inter played Liverpool. And oh my word, bro! This guy was the most and the problem is that season was the quad season, and you remember how arrogant Liverpool fans were.
Absolutely,
and he's so arrogant, right? He's Arab. Of course, you get all the impressions about somebody, but he is a passionate fan. But anyway, I met Husam and everything. You know what I mean? And then we do the shows together. And then at that time, right, Terry started inviting me to panel shows sometimes, top 6, sometimes, not all the time, but once or twice, reactions. And anyway, at that time, I kept doing the content thing, and nothing is like, it's all right, like content every now and then. And then after this, it's just, of course, the Never Foul guys. We met Daps. And we started doing content on Never Foul.
Okay. How did you meet? Wait, so you didn't meet them? So you met Husam.
Everything. Anyway, long story short about the Never Foul time. Built the channel. It was a good time.
I want to get before. How did you meet Never Foul? How did that come about?
I met Daps on a show. I met Daps on a show, basically.
Okay. And did you
on a show? No, we didn't.
Did you two instantly hit it off? Like at that point?
No.
You didn't. Okay.
It was just some interaction. But we texted a little bit, and he said, "I'm gonna." Anyway, everything about that period of Never Foul, which was a good time.
Absolutely, you built
the channel together. We did something together. But anyway, whatever happens, you can watch my channel for the video. Whatever, you can watch my channel for the video if you want to know what happened. But anyway, that time I was focused, of course, with them. Didn't do content anywhere else.
So you was locked in. So you was on the terrace, met up with Daps on
doing some terrace work,
and he was doing some terrace work. You met up with Daps. You lot were messaging and decided to let's go build the channel.
And then again in the summer we started. Whatever happened, just in the video, it's exactly what happened. You know the story, everyone.
Yeah. We know the story. Everyone can check it out. Yeah.
We just you can check it out there. We met anyway that year.
Yeah.
That year, we worked very hard to build everything.
You know, worked exceptionally hard.
Yeah. Comes the end of the summer, and then later, so KJ invited me to be the only non-Premier League fan, which is something I'm proud of, the only non-Premier League fan on the top 6 group.
Jeez.
You know that.
But let me ask you this, before we get to that. Yeah, I know the group chat you're talking about on WhatsApp, I believe it is. But whilst you're at Never a Foul, because you lot are working so well and working harder, the numbers are growing and views are doing well and subscribers going up. Did you notice a difference in your notoriety and how well known you was becoming at
Yes,
that
yes.
point? Or
I
was it
was
just the
getting
same?
known now. I was getting known.
Okay, what was one of the moments, as I say, either the first moment or
Not
a
that.
few of the moments where you was like, oh, people are noticing? Like, did people reach out to you? Was you getting more apps on Twitter now? Was it comments? What was it?
Sometimes, of course, sometimes.
Okay.
The takes and all the
Yeah.
stuff that happened. All the
And what was
takes,
that
of
like?
course.
Did that gas you up? Was you like, oh, this is good? Like, I
Not
enjoyed
really,
this.
not at all.
Not really. Okay.
Not at all. At all, by the way.
Was you looking at it like, I
And
still
I
got more
actually
to go?
think even my wife was saying, I don't think
Yeah.
you understand what is happening to you and what is going on.
You know what? After me asking you about this show, that makes sense. I get that. I get why you would say that and why your wife said what she said to you in that. So even though you're on a channel Never a Foul and the numbers is growing and views is growing and you're individually growing and the football terrace, you're also growing on that and you're getting more notoriety. Your social media's following's going up as well. Comment sections are commenting. People either like you or dislike you, whichever the case may be, but they're invested and want to hear your takes. But you're still just like fully focused. I still got more work to do. So then,
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't even
Okay.
feel what you think. And even Allah al-Azim, until this moment, bro.
Yeah.
Which is, it's very strange. Like, even when people think, oh, no, people know who you are. And bro, I get some
That's
people
facts.
saying that.
People do know who you are.
I get some people telling me, bro, I know that people know who you are in stadium. Are you serious?
It's facts.
And then
facts. You can feel the reach.
it's not that I'm big or anything, but I'm not even fathoming. Is that the word? Is that idea?
Fathom. Yeah. You're not fathoming. Yeah, you're not comprehending
that idea.
You're not locked. You're not locked into like the fact that,
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
camera.
To be honest, the first time I actually realized, and I'll just be honest with you, the first time I realized how sometimes YouTube content can affect people is one time I was watching a clip that was trending on Twitter from AFTV, and one guy outside of the Emirates, we're talking about Dom Husam, and that guy is just a normal match going fan. Shout out to Husam for this.
Yeah.
And you just don't understand. It's crazy. Like some match going fan from England, from London, is Husam is in his head to the point that the guy went on AFTV and he's mentioning Husam. And I'm like, what the actual fuck, bro? Are you serious?
Yeah, that goes to show
now
the reach.
you realize what is going on. Anyway, what happened, and then I started my own channel.
So you left, so no, don't skip that point. So you then left Never a Foul and you mentioned KJ adding you to the group chat as the only non-Premier League. Oh, that's later. Okay, go on then. Yeah, get back to it. So then you've left.
I think that was before or something. That was before. That was in the summer.
That was before.
KJ,
okay, so what was that like?
I don't want to mess up the timeline.
Yeah.
But when KJ texted me and said, "Hey, by the way, we want you permanent on the group of top 6 to be there," and I'm like, that's kind of strange, though. You know what I mean? You're the only Premier League fans.
Your quality at what you do, Mo. That's not strange.
And then I'm like, my wife is like, I think my wife at that time, she said, by the way, if you get invited to that group, I know there's a lot of content cases, but not being a Premier League fan, I think that is the time when I think this is going to be very, very serious.
Yeah, you know what? Your wife is actually the brains behind the operation.
Brains
behind the operation. Clearly the brains behind the operation.
And then anyway,
she's the woman behind the man, but we move. Salute to her. But it's because, all jokes aside, it's because you're excellent at what you do. That's why KJ invited you.
And then I go on the football terrace sometimes on the top 6, if I'm not mistaken, all of this, all of that. And then of course what happened with Never a Foul. With the guys. I start my own channel. And I'm working on my own channel in summer. Just to repeat, very, very big thing that happened in my time is Husam reaching out to me and say, oh, no, there's a part before I mentioned the Husam thing because it's very important. Lock out, people. This is very, very important, the Husam part. Before that, we started an Arabic channel called The Big Five. Just how much I don't rate Spurs is when the guy reached to me from New York, an Arsenal fan, and he told me, we want to start something in Arabic called The Big Six. like similar to this in Arabic.
yeah.
I said we cannot have. It's only going to be Big Five. Nobody supports Spurs in the Middle East. Nobody cares. I swear to God. The channel is
believe
over
you.
there, bro. In Arabic, it's called Al Khamsa Al Kubar. And the people that speak Arabic in the chat know exactly. Khamsa means 5, Al Kubar
Yeah.
means big. It's the Big 5.
Okay. Yeah.
With all due respect to Spurs fans, it was like we had Staffy on it. Shout out to Staffy. We had some other, I can't remember who else. With all due respect. The bold Egyptian Husam. Yes, 100%. Mahmoud Saeed. Big up Mahmoud. He does other content related to immigration and stuff, but he's a big Arsenal fan. Anyway, so that channel. And then Husam is like, we want to start something called Ahwa. Ahwa in Egypt, especially in Egypt, is the coffee shop. There is a culture in the Middle East that people don't know about, which is a place where only guys go. It's like the bar at the pub in England where only the guys and the girls go to the pub.
Yeah.
But you know, mostly guys, right?
Yeah, it's mostly guys at pubs. There's occasional women in there. Yeah. But it's like a guy's, it's a man's place, to be honest.
The Ahwa thing
where they
is
like
very
to go.
local. The Ahwa thing is basically a local coffee shop that sells the cheapest cup of tea and a cup of coffee ever in the history of mankind. And it's the cheapest hookah thing. And it's so dirty to the point that girls can't go there, bro. It's so dirty and low quality that it's only guys go there. And it's just a place for guys to hang out, watch games, and talk about football, life, and everything. Right?
It's just a place for men to be men. I hear you.
That's it, bro. Bro, I used to sit for hours on this Ahwa thing, not the show, in Ahwa, not talking to people, just having coffee and doing nothing. It's just the definition of nothing place.
Yeah, 100%. It's just, man, you can just go there, either talk about men stuff or just relax. So you mentioned Husam reaching out to you for that show. Because you had been on the terrace before, you lot hadn't got on.
No, but me and Husam had at that time.
But we still with the jokes. Yeah, were you still, like, were you messaging each other back and forth?
We talk on the side. I invited Husam on Never a Foul, and he got me on his channel.
Right, so you lot had worked together before. Got you.
We worked together multiple times.
Right.
Of course, with Husam, because I didn't know the guy anyway, Husam. But anyway, he reached out, we started talking, we created this Ahwa thing together. It was on his channel. At that time, we had Staffy and someone called Ahmed. And that show, bro, had 200 people or 100 people in the first episode. It had 2,500 people about a week ago.
Love that, man. Love that.
And then we started this creating Ahwa thing. And then we started adding Saad and Ziad and Ahmed, the Chelsea guy. You know Ahmed.
Yeah, I know Ahmed. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Shout out, Ahmed.
It was crazy, actually. And Husam had this idea that this show is just guys talking about football. And it's actually now just fucking guys yelling and screaming at each other about football. Sometimes it has nothing objective. It's just guys yelling at each other, bro. Myself and Hamza just yelling at each other about nothing. People take it too seriously. I don't think they should. Ahwa is just a place where you hang out and have fun. It's not that deep, people. It's not.
Yeah, it's really not. So Al-Ahwa, you man started, and that just took off from the jump. Was you then, because I see that your tunnel vision, was you then like, all right, we're onto something here. This is a winner. This is something that's going to go clear.
So I started my own channel because I had to keep working. Because now I am so invested in YouTube content creation that now I have to keep it going. I have to keep it going. You know what I mean?
So what was it like about, because you're like, okay, I've left Never a Foul. I've got to start my own channel. Was there anything you was like, okay, do you have any reservations about that? Is there anything you in particularly wanted to do? Is there anyone you wanted to work with on your channel? Anything like that?
Not really. I just wanted my channel to be about myself. Me. Okay. That's why I do some solo shows where I just talk and people have. And then you can never imagine that at some point I had 40 people watching me on my channel as well. And I did some shows in the summer by myself where I had 1,100 people watching me live talk about nothing.
Talk them numbers, man. Talk them numbers.
That's I think people don't understand. It's all about work. I think at one show, I was doing it and I was on vacation with the wife. Not vacation, it was work, getting out of America for a bit because we needed to get out of here. I literally was just sitting down and I had a show. And I started the show and I had 400 people waiting. I'm just talking about a freaking transfer that didn't mean anything.
Talk them numbers.
But the whole point about numbers, why numbers are very important. And people don't understand. It's not a brag. It's about showing that sometimes the journey starts with 20 people watching you, 30 people watching you, and you get where you are. Look at you. Who thought you would have started Troops now? You go in Troops. How many people? This channel. Like Matisse. You were in Battle of the North with Matisse. Thousands of people used to tune into that show, right? Thousands.
Facts.
If you think about it from a numbers point of view, you understand the progress of you working hard, and it means something to the people that you as a person is sitting and talking.
Absolutely.
It makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
When you think, I'm doing something. I don't know, what is this?
What's up? We good? Oh shit. Speaking of Battle of the North, one of the guys who put me onto, one of the biggest shows I ever did.
Yeah, exactly. So if you talk about
Matisse,
that, Battle of the North
Matisse.
started with 300, 400 people. And I remember I watched an episode of Battle of the North that had 2,500 people watching. And you think to yourself, was like, it's not only consistency, it's personalities that are there. It's how you guys were bantering each other, but also having an aspect of perspective and objective. It's just, you think, that's why when people say, oh, why do you speak about the numbers and all of this? You speak about the numbers for a couple of things, because it shows the progress. It shows that you work hard. You get there. You watch some people now and you say, oh my, this guy I have people, I swear to God, I have people. There's a guy on the chat, and I'm not sure if he's still on the chat. It's called Functioning Addict.
Yeah, he was here before.
This guy commented on every single. I never seen this person in my life. Commented on every single show I did on my channel. I did 580 videos on my channel. Every single video he commented
on. Hey, that is real support.
Everyone, bro.
That's real support.
This guy once commented and said, I was here when there was 20 people watching the show on Footy Judge Mo. And now, that's why I make sure every time he comments, I comment back.
Does it make sense? Yeah, because you want to show your support for your loyal supporters. And I remember you starting your channel, and congrats to you on that, because your channel blew up quick. When you started your own channel, that blew up quick. Of course, I hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Your channel, like, expeditiously, like, people fully shown their support for you. But like I said to you, you're an excellent content creator. So it wasn't a surprise to me when I seen what happened. Not in the slightest.
Yeah. But anyway, we grew the channel by having, of course, you cannot forget the help from everyone.
Facts.
You yourself came on the channel multiple times. That is, people think that because I invite somebody on the channel, I am helping them. Actually, it goes both ways.
I agree with that. I think so. Yeah,
it goes both ways. You get my point? Because I might not have content if people didn't show up on my channel.
Yeah,
I might have grew a little bit slower, right? So that is the thing. Everyone, it doesn't matter if you are known in the community. If you're not known, it doesn't matter at the end, because at the end you're helping the channel. You're having your opinion. Of course, we give platform. Rack said it very well. Rack is one of the OGs. Rack said it so well. He said, Mo, you gave us a platform to talk about football when we like, and we come on your channel, of course, to make a show. So it goes both ways.
Absolutely. I think that's the thing. That's the way to look at it. I don't think it's one way or the other. I think you can, like, it can be more of assistance to one side or the other, but it's both sides contributing. Because the bigger the platform is, the more people you get to talk to. The more people you bring there, then the more people, the more the platform gets. It goes hand in hand, like you said. That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. 100%. So you've then started your own channels. Is there anyone in particular you wanted to work with on your own channel?
It's growing bigger.
Yeah. Say that again? Is there anyone you wanted to work with in particular on your own channel as you were starting it? You was like, I need to get such and such involved in terms of shows.
Actually, not really someone in particular, to be honest with you. It's just every opportunity that arises, I just like to talk to people about football and see their different opinion. That's why I have completely different types of people, different types of Arsenal fans, different types of Chelsea fans. And then at that time, you talk about the ahwa grows, and of course, personalities grow with the shows on my channel. There are things that happen in the channel where this guy goes, this guy comes, this guy gets upset, this guy doesn't get upset, this guy wants to be part of a show. And that is the thing, you know what I mean? It's all about debating something. debating football. But it's
Thanks.
I actually have to say, as long as I leave the show, I actually never left a show with ill feelings. Ever.
Yeah, you never should. If you do, you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong field. You're in the wrong
didn't
profession.
matter what you said.
Well,
After the show, there is no ill feelings. Unless
facts.
you and I
Unless it's
actually
a
have to
personal,
take-
unless it's a personal
I
attack.
actually
Carry on,
have
though.
to
I'm
take it
listening.
even
More.
further, bro. I think I have
Go
to
on.
take it further.
I'm listening. Carry on.
I
Carry on.
normally,
Back yourself.
Sam will tell you this about me.
Unless it's a personal attack. Carry on, though. I'm listening. More.
There's a now you have a unless and I want you have to people have to hear this. Unless there is even when there's personal things that being said, to be honest, at some point you'll have to give people some excuses about they were upset. Give them another maybe give them a chance to apologize, maybe give them a chance to recognize what they did is wrong, because we all do wrong things. Everyone says stuff at the heat of the moment. Everyone. You won't tell me that any one of the people on the chat or the panel says things in the heat of the moment that they regret later. That's my belief. And as long as people come back to their senses, but that's completely different. Because on the show, I've heard people absolutely say stuff that they might, you went personal and stuff like this. I've seen a lot of people say stuff. There is a difference between when someone sit and do a premeditated. I don't think you heard what I said. I was saying that even when people say some personal stuff.
Now, I heard what you said. I was listening. I was locked in.
It's unless it's a premeditated thing, which is, I believe there are some situations that are premeditated. Like I know that some people go on some shows or some YouTube premeditating to create something and say something personal to other people. But if people say something, me and Husam said some stuff to each other in the heat of the moment, bro, cameras off, we're fucking laughing our asses off.
Yeah, of course. That's the way it should be. That's
Because
exactly where it should be.
As long as someone is going back to their senses, realizing that what they said is wrong or what something is wrong, let's just move on. Of course, some big insults about families and stuff like this, they're big, but I still believe that this, oh my God, you said personal things about this, bro. It's all right. It's not that deep, bro. It's not. People, I've fought with friends and I called them the weirdest things. I've fought with my brothers and I've called them the weirdest stuff ever. Brothers, bro. Blood.
But like you said, because it's your brother, like you will do that. I'll do that with my brothers or cousins or close brethren or people that I'm cool with on here. If they say certain things, it's like, yeah, I know there's no malice in it. That's how I look at it. But yeah, everyone's different. I get what you
as long as there's no malice in it,
I always look at it for the malice.
As long as there is no malice in it, you gotta understand that some people just get upset in the moment. And people have to understand there are different nerves to everyone. Some people just are more composed than others.
Facts.
And that's what you need to give people sometimes the benefit. My wife always tells me, I give people the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, yeah, you do that with, you know how I know that? Because you do that with my football team, but that's a whole different conversation.
No.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, but we ain't getting into that. You give my football team the benefit. That's why you smiling. This is why we had many debates on your channel about this. And look where we are now. Hella benefit of the doubt.
But anyway, long story short, on my channel, there was nothing. Like I invited everyone. Biggest content creator, if you want to call biggest, to the still starting content creators.
Facts.
And then I created a couple of brand shows on the channel. The thing about YouTube is that it requires a lot of work, which is what people don't understand sometimes. It's not only what you see in front of you on the screen. There's hours and hours of work. One of the things that it is very hard for me being in America, being 6 hours behind the US, is doing content is actually sometimes I have to wake up at 6 a.m. to do content. The problem with that is that I had to wake up from sleep at 3 to check the news 9 a.m. in the UK to see if something popped up.
Jeez. Dedication.
Because otherwise I will miss out on the content. Like sometimes there are breaking news 9 a.m. in the UK. It's 3 a.m. here. I'm asleep. Jeez. So I needed to wake up at 3, adjust a thumbnail, fix the title because the news broke and I have to speak in 7 a.m. You get my point?
Yeah,
and that is one of the hardest parts I have faced in this, which is the 6 hours behind on the content. That is the thing. It's crazy how some people think, oh, it's so easy. Do content. You sit in front of the camera. You
Oh
have no
yeah,
idea how hard
people
work.
think it's easy until they do it, and they're like, yeah, that's why you see so
It
many
is
channels come
actually
and go.
crazy.
Yeah, like it's fun what we do. I have a ball doing it. It's super
I'll
enjoyable.
be back.
Like
Give me a
110%.
second.
No stress,
Give me
man. Do your
one
thing.
second. 1
Yeah,
second.
no stress, man. Do your thing. Super enjoyable. Super enjoyable. But however, there is a lot that goes into it. We don't do the hardest job in the world, but there is a lot of graft. This is the easy part. Turning the camera on, turning the the ring light on, microphone on, clicking go live and going live on YouTube or playback or whatever platform you're on, and going back and forth with the comments. That's the easiest. All before this. So everything before this is for me putting it on the audio platforms. It's scheduling shows. It's getting the right guests. It's getting the right panel, picking the right topics, etc., etc. But yeah, you lot are loving this. I see that in the chat. Big up to you lot. You're gonna get these specials all week long, and it's the second wave, people. I did the Sarcasm City TV specials earlier. People did the Sarcasm City TV specials earlier. Not earlier, sorry. It was like 5 to 6 months ago where I had on Troops and Rants and Carefree Lewis and Matisse, etc., etc. There's a playlist for it on that, but this is the second wave. So we did all the GOATs, Mount Rushmore, all the superstars. This is now the second wave. So this is the future GOATs, future Mount Rushmore candidates, future. Yeah, Sam also did a Sarcasm City TV special as well. This is the second class. Everyone's trying to graduate. And this is not a shot when I bring people on and say second wave, because I'm a part of that class. I'm trying to graduate too. I'm trying to get to that, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the gold jacket. That's what it is. I'm trying to get there too. So we all in the same class. And yeah, it's halftime hooks, all the editing and things like that is crazy. All that type of stuff. All the stuff people don't see and things of that nature. And to double A, where is it? Oh, that double A spell. Oh, definitely. I'll say this now, double A. You're a superstar. They just don't know it yet. I might be the first person to say it publicly, but you are. They just haven't seen it yet. I know it. You're gonna go clear. Like once you go clear, you're going clear. I'm telling you that now, double A. But we move. What are you saying, man? Judge Bowie back in the building. Run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button as well. Where was we at?
Yeah, the channel thing
where
is
was we
kind of
at?
strange.
You starting your own channel.
You know how many times
that's what it is.
I was gonna quit the channel and just go back to try to find a job?
Really?
Yeah.
What made you?
No, I'm a married guy, bro. I have expenses, I have bills.
Talk about it.
People don't understand this. I do this full time now.
Mm-hmm.
This is my full-time job.
Yeah.
So yes, I want to be true to my content and say what I think, but also at the same time, you have to make a living. Sam would know how many times I doubted the channel, I doubted myself, I doubted going forward with this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
At the end, I like this. I always wanted to do this in my life. All my life. I wanted to be the football coach. Actually, you know, when I coached, actually, I actually didn't like it as much. I was always tipped to be a coach, and I got a couple of licenses as well.
That's
right. And then I didn't like that. I liked being a pundit, talk about football and do all the stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then the channel just gave me the chance. And so comes to the part where when later, I think in February or end of January or something like that, when Terry texted me and said, bro, how about you become a regular on Straight Facts? It's a pay thing. And I'm going to have to repeat again. I'm the only non-Premier League fan on Straight Facts that's a regular. I did it with Sava.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I got the message from my guy, Anthony. Right? My guy, Anthony. When he said, he actually sent me a message. Shout out to Anthony, of course. Very emotional message about how I don't think people understand that sitting in front of even 50 people talking about football or 100 people, right? It's hard. Sitting in front of thousands of people talking about football with people calling you a fraud and names in the chat is not as easy as people think. I've had, and also, I was very new before even the football terrace, to the point that you're getting a nasty message from someone you never met, you never spoken to, you don't know their face, on Instagram or Twitter. Someone that says you are this, your mom is this, your dad is this. If you ever do this, we're gonna do this to you. I'm like, bro, I literally just said Trent is shit. Defensive is all I said, bro.
It's not that deep.
Not that deep,
It's not that
bro.
big of an issue that I just have an opinion, a
Not
different
that deep,
opinion on you,
bro.
on a player
It's
at your
not
football
that
club.
deep, bro. I just said Trent can defend. Rashford, that's not that deep, bro. It's all right. You probably said something similar.
Exactly, but it's okay. It's not okay when you say it, but it's okay when they say it because it's a part of that. You can't comment on players at our club. Oh, shut
I'll
up.
tell you a couple of stories that are strange.
Go on.
Like the first one was I was playing football in the league here in Texas. Someone stopped me walking out of the pitch.
Yeah.
And they're like, Judge Mo, why do you say that about Chelsea? I'm like, who the fuck are you? But then it was just a joke. And the guys were nice. They were very nice people and met me. And I had no idea who they are. And then about 2 weeks ago, I was actually, so because I'm older, right? I'm older.
Yeah.
This is very strange. I don't think anyone will ever have this, right? Big up Zizo. I don't think ever. I'm coaching my team, bro, and I'm a player coach, but I don't play the whole game. It's younger guys, 20 years younger than me in the league. You know, some of them play like youth teams and stuff like this. Sometimes I play the whole game, 90 minutes. Sometimes when the whole team is there and available and the younger players there, I'll get like a 20-minute half or 15, sometimes 30. So the first half, I'm subbing him. So I'm halfway line. I'm asking the referee for a sub. And then this guy next to me from the other team, a halfway line, asking for a sub. And he's like, Judge Mo, I knew who you are. And I'm like, okay.
Love that, though. That's letting you know that the work you are doing is being noticed.
And then he's like, oh, I didn't know that you live here. And I didn't know you play in this league. I play here. And he started telling me who he is. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. And then we met after the game. And he started talking about football, and he watches the Football Terrace. He watches some of my channel, and he knows who I am. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then my team, the guys on my team, they're like, you're famous now.
Facts. This is facts.
No,
you are famous. It might not be at a
short,
major scale now, but we ain't just bypassing that. We gonna give you your flowers. You are famous. Yes, thousands of people watch you per week. Let's not do that.
One of the things, I swear to God, one of the things, Don, shout out to Don. Don once called me or sent me a message. And he said, yo, Mo, I was walking in the street and people recognize who I am. And they said, we watched you on Footy Judge Mo channel. I'm like, all right, bro.
You helping you elevating other people in this space.
Bro.
That's how you know.
Don is a superstar.
Don's cold. Don't get misunderstood. Shout out to Don, but that's why he didn't have to ring you and say that. That could have happened and he didn't message you. Ziad's another real one. Shout out to Ziad.
Always tells us, people recognize me from Al-Ahwa, bro.
Yeah, man.
Always says that. Zizo. Ziad always says people recognize him from Al-Ahwa, from Husam's channel. Yeah, bro. Yeah, the channel is going. And the only thing I want to say is that if you're starting something and you put your mind into it, might not work, right? It might not work. Might not work at all, right? But at the end, at least you put in the right work to say that I gave everything. That's the whole point. And I believe I gave everything to this. Hopefully it works. I can't say it was working now. It's just going. But people need to understand that, oh yeah, Mo's telling his story. Bro, it's not that easy doing YouTube. It is very hard sometimes that I'm talking about myself. I question myself. How many times I sat with my wife and we thought, is this the right decision?
So I was going to get to that. So in the midst of you, and I get to that super chat as well, big up Sava Football Heritage TV as well. In the midst of you doubting yourself and potentially thinking about quitting and going back to work, two questions. One, what was your wife saying? And two, did anyone reach out to you during that time and be like, nah, you got to do this?
Husam is the one.
Husam was the one who said that. Husam was like, nah,
you have to understand that Husam is a 10 out of 10 motivator when it comes to these things.
Talk about it.
Like, Just a motivator. Always, to be honest, always motivator. There are other people that spoken to me and inspired. Gotta say, I had a phone call with one of the people that actually spoke, Sava as well. I had a
Shout out to
very good
Sava.
phone call with Sava, to be honest. When it all
Okay.
started, when I started my channel, it was very supportive. To be honest, in the beginning, gave me some pointers as well. I had a phone call with Lee for an hour. Was a
Yeah,
fantastic,
shout out to Gunnar.
good phone call. It doesn't matter what you think of the people. I'm just shouting the people that when I called them and I spoke on the phone with them, they gave me good advice. They're both older than me. Husam is younger than me, but he's a motivator. There's another guy, to be honest, that is not spoken about enough as a person, apart from being a content creator, which is Goonie.
Goonie, a real one.
Yes. Me and Goonie, phone calls, talk, everything. And Goonie was some of the people that is always telling you you're going to make it. Never doubt people, ever. And he always, every time you talk to Goonie, he's one of these people that always supports, to be honest, always. And it has nothing to do with content with Goonie. Me and Goonie spoke about what he does, what I do for work. You know what I mean? And that is the thing, to be honest. But to be honest, one of the people that the biggest guy on this for me is Terry.
Okay, talk about Terry.
The reason why, number one, he gave a lot of people chances.
Yes.
I don't believe I would have been here without Terry not recognizing. Okay, so it's easy to call in. How many people call in to the football Terrace?
Yeah,
100?
a lot of people. A hell of a lot of people. Yep.
But Terry is the one, apart Anthony and the guys on Inter Worldwide are the ones that put me on in terms of content. The Terry recognizing that, okay, this person has talent. We need to support, we need to give him the platform. Because it's easy to have 100 people call in to your show. But Terry gave me the platform to talk. And he's always supportive, just to be honest. Since maybe we didn't have a good relationship at some point because of whatever, I wasn't working with him. But he's always pointing. A lot of times I ask, Terry has way more experience than me, like Husam as well, right?
Yeah.
And it's not because of Sam is younger than me or Terry's younger. Terry's my age. He's younger than me by 1 year or some months.
Okay.
Yeah? But they have been in this game longer. So I was never shy of asking for an advice about what to do. What's the right thing to do here? Terry is the one that every time I call Terry, what do I do? Yeah,
he give you advice.
Oh,
okay. Love that. Now, shout out to Terry for that. That's you don't have to do that. I respect that still. 100%. And before you carry on, big up to Savo. Make sure you subscribe to Football Heritage TV. He put 2 legends of YouTube right here. Hey, appreciate the kind words, especially means a lot coming from you, Savo. Big up, man. And big up for the super chat as well, man. Much appreciated. Also, you lot continue. Well, you lot are doing well with the likes, right? 119. But there's over 130 of you lot in the building. So continue to run up the likes. Continue to subscribe to Judge Mo's channel. Link is in the title. Road to 30,000 subscribers. And you trying to tell us he ain't a famous. You trying to tell us he ain't a big deal. Nah. You getting your flowers on this show, Mo. This is not what we're doing. So what was it like? You mentioned that with Terry and him helping you out, but getting the call for straight facts.
Straight facts with Sava. Whatever happened with Sava and all the stuff. And then I did straight facts. I can't remember with who. To be honest at this now. I did it with only myself. And then me and Husam started straight facts. On Wednesday. Great show, very funny and amazing content, of course. And just to be honest with you, it's just the content never stops. It never stops. There's always something to talk about. Either it's content or we do some headlines. We talk about Arsenal, of course. We talk about Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City. It's very simple, just as long as the people are entertained, we're here for it. That's it.
You are, and that's one thing, you are supremely entertaining. Anyone who says you're not entertaining is just hating and dislikes you. Like, you are super entertaining. I mentioned this, the humor, the fact that you're a wind-up. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you will gaslight people, but that's all a part of the entertainment. And on the flip side, very knowledgeable as well. So you can talk football, like I mentioned at the very beginning, when it comes to not just Serie A, so you're knowledgeable about a whole nother league, also from the Premier League's eyes. And because you don't have a horse in the race, you can look at it from a very unbalanced point of view and very unbiased and just look at it logically and give us a whole different perspective.
Though.
Go on, who's your bias, Arsenal?
No, absolutely not.
I
don't know what the fuck. Who the fuck started this thing, bro?
Because what you mean, right? You started it.
Never
Don't look at
that.
me. You
bro,
started
I'm the guy who told Arsenal, "Who's your daddy, bro?" Live on stream, bro.
Hey yo, what did you back him last season?
Actually,
did you think they were? Oh, side note, did you think?
Do you see the difference in culture? I want to just mention something before you go.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
This moment that just happened is how people need to understand that people in England take "Who's your daddy" differently than people in America. Do you get the point? The difference in culture?
Yeah.
Like here in America, this is just, it's all right. You know what I mean? Who's your daddy?
You know what I mean? It's
something
but
that
over here, it's
here.
different. The UK is different. Yeah.
Exactly. Like me and my friend, like even like it's all right. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. In the UK, it's just a big deal. But it's actually not here at all. Like at all.
Yeah, it's different. That is the difference in culture. So
you know, like the mama joke thing in America.
Yeah.
In America, it's so like it's out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just so blasé. It's so regular. Whereas over here, it's not.
Exactly. Like I have a whole group of a team with 28 players registered in the league, and there is just one guy that we talk about like the mama jokes, and there's another guy. It's lighthearted. It's just I wanted to explain to people one thing. Sometimes cultures are different.
Yes.
What you think is the norm is not the norm in another nation.
Facts.
That's go ahead.
But now I was just asking. So Arsenal last season, did you think they would win the league, or did you think they would finish second? At that time, not what happened.
I actually thought genuinely Liverpool might win the league.
Okay, I think you know what it is. Maybe you're just tired with the Husam brush because he's always pushing this Arsenal.
No, it's no.
That's not you. That's on
Arsenal
him.
This season.
No, not you. Nah, Husam. Husam's been saying for the past 3 years. He's been saying 3 years in a row that Arsenal go in the league.
I actually don't even believe that Arsenal favorites to win the Premier League now at the current moment, but it's for a different day.
Yeah.
The problem is people say I'd work for Arsenal. Absolutely not.
You see that? It's probably because you prop them up. That's where it stems from.
Because I prop people when they need. This is my thing.
They don't need no propping. Let them do something and then prop them.
No. They're in the right place, bro. They're in the right place.
Yeah, man. For Arsenal, they'll finish runners up. You was there when I was having this conversation on Husam's channel earlier on. Second place, that's where they'll finish runners up because they're not good enough, but a whole different conversation. Arsenal fans don't like me saying it because I'm a United fan, but that's the facts of the matter. You're going to fall short because you will not get over the line because your manager's not good enough. It's not a prediction. Arteta? It's a spoiler. Yes, Arteta. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. Long as that man's at the helm at your football club, you will not win the Premier League or Champions League. This is what it is.
Different day.
Different day. Like, and then people can try and buy, and I've been right. I'm 2-2. And I'm about to be 3-3. I was saying this last year 2 years ago when they were 8 points clear. And I said it last season when it was clear. We thought Arsenal in defense and all this, and they still fell short. All right. Like we ain't seen better sides than Arsenal not win the league. But that's a whole different story. So straight facts. That blows up because that's gone clear. Terrace is already a massive channel.
And then, of course, I get known more and the channel's growing. And I have some of the shows that has a lot of people watching, and I get people... texting me saying they want to be on the show. Shout out to Jay, for example, Arsenal fan that asked me for a chance, and I appreciate him so much. And we talk now outside even the football YouTube. There are other people as well that I believe I try to help as much as I can. I try to give people advice if I can. Okay, not if I can. If they ask, it's not if I can or not.
If they ask,
if they ask, I'll say as well. But that's about it. You know what I mean? Like YouTube, it started with a fan cam for 3 minutes, and it ended up with a channel that has sometimes hundreds and thousands of people.
No. We're not just gonna bypass that. It started with a fan cam for 3 minutes, and it's now with a channel where you do consistently big numbers with hundreds, sometimes thousands of people watching you. You're at 26.8k, so it's road to 30k. You'll be there in no time. You also work with Don Husam. You also work on the football terrace as well. So you're doing big numbers across the globe, across the net, I should say, in this space, and have made a huge impact. And I say when it comes to the Premier League side of things, I can't think of any other content creators who are in this space that people watch on a regular, respect highly as well, and want to hear from, who's not an English fan, who's not a fan of a Premier League club. That's testament to how good you are. That you've made people invested and entertained, and you're that entertaining that people are invested. I want to hear Judge Mo's take on Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool. Bear in mind, the outcome doesn't really have too much bearing on you in regards to the team you support. That's testament to how good you are. That's what I will say.
We try to give also the people the platform as well to talk, which is something that we try to do. Give people the platform to talk as well. It's we try to do that. We try to do our best in this content creation thing. But it's a career. People need to understand that we're here at the end, talk about football, and just make a living.
We do. And what's different about, from doing these specials before, what's different about your journey as well on the way into it is because you didn't know that the whole industry and this whole space existed. Because when I spoke previous, whether it was with Husam, whether it's Troops, whoever, Carefree Lewis, they spoke about watching certain people and then getting on. You know what I'm saying? Or I knew of such and such as you. Is it not?
I wanted to be a podcaster.
You had to do the podcaster thing. Now,
I knew nothing about videos or I know I'm good looking. And
talk
I can be on
things
front of the camera.
Your wife tells you that as well.
But
Shout out to your wife.
I had no idea that there's YouTube and you can be in front of the camera. But that's the whole point. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know. I wanted to be like, to be honest with you, the number one thing that inspired me to talk about football is the Guardian Football Weekly podcast. That's the number one. When I knew this world exists, you know, I never listened to podcasts before that ever in my life.
Okay, never listen. Okay, first.
Not any podcast. I only watched Bein Sports back home or NBC here, some of the post-match analysis. You know what I mean? The Gary Nevilles and all these guys that go on Sky. Used to go on YouTube and find post-match analysis of a Champions League or a Premier League game. But this fan thing, the number one started is the Guardian Football Podcast, to be honest. And I'm going to tell you one thing.
Go.
There is one story that inspired me. When Norwich used to play in the Premier League, there was the guy, the sporting director of Norwich at that time.
Yeah.
They invited him on the BBC. And he spoke about him being the assistant of the grass-cutting guy in some club to make it to sporting director. And he told the whole story. And I'm like, okay, if this guy can do it, it's definitely I can do something.
I see that. You can take inspiration from anywhere, and it goes to show with that. So, like I said, you're working ridiculously hard on your channel. You're putting out content on a daily, putting out quality content as well. It's not quantity over quality, it's quantity with quality. You're working with Husam. You're also on the Terrace on Straight Facts as well, and multiple over, and you're giving your platform to other people to join as well, and people asking you, what is now the future plans? What's the future for you? Because I've seen you already from the start. You said, I'm tunnel vision. I'm going to make it. You've made it a career. Now, what do you want to do short term and long term?
There's a couple of things, actually. Okay. I actually, on the talk that YouTube need to be like I want my channel to be an outlet for people to talk, to get their opinions heard. Right? That is number one thing, to be honest with you, which is, anyone can come in and anyone can have a freaking webcam and a microphone and come and talk about football. Absolutely. That is number one. Number two, I wanted people to have a good time on my channel, like the panelists that come in, to enjoy their times, like not feel pressure that you want to be on that channel. Like have a good time, enjoy yourself.
Absolutely.
And just grow the channel to be that's it. And just for people to hear me talk about football and challenge me always as an opinion, not a person. That's to be honest with you, it's just me wanted to talk about football and analyze it. I hope that one day I will be able to analyze game back. To be honest with you, I hope that I'll be able to afford and have the time to start going back to analyzing games tactically.
I'm sure you will. The way your channel's growing is definitely something you could add. So that's future plans. Yeah, it's not easy to do, but someone can do it, is you, because the way your channel is growing. Like 110%. Look at the
Like, I
growth.
want to have that video that I recorded for 12 hours with my wife, tactical analysis. I want to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Of course, now, actually, within the last 4 years, the technology has grown better. There is more boards and stuff like that. But I want to be able to absolutely talk about the tactical things.
And see,
Man.
look, Sav is saying it here. Mo, you're a very good content creator.
Me
I
and
can't
Sav
say
spoke
otherwise.
about-
Fair play to doing this full time. But we're here to give you your flowers. Everything I've said to you privately, I did say I was going to say publicly. And guess what? If I didn't rate you, I wouldn't have worked with you. I wouldn't continue to work with you. And I wouldn't have you on a special. I would not if I thought about you quality content creator. It's all about you mentioned it. And it's crazy that you mentioned it in regards to the criticism you receive, whether it's from randomers on social media, whether it's people in the chat. So this is the flip side. This is all about giving people their flowers because we're all tunnel vision, especially you and the way you spoke. Even the first video, 12 hours doing that with your wife, we're all tunnel vision. We forget to stop. And yes, we've got goals and future goals and things we want to do. But look how far along we've come. Look how far along you've came. Look how many goals look how many milestones you've hit. Look how many goals you've had that you've ticked off. Yes, there's still more to go.
It's
I'm
crazy,
telling you,
actually, when you think about it. It's absolutely crazy.
You
never think that you'll be here. Just looking back 2 years, you never think I'll be here. Never, ever. It's absolutely crazy, bro. The problem is when you take it step by step, we don't feel it. I know I don't feel it. You know what I mean?
I fully
but
get
I know
what you're saying.
People outside feel it.
Yeah.
Like, if you told me 3 years ago that I'll be sitting on a show with 4,000 people or 7,000 people watching me talk about football, I'll be like, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, you would tell you crazy. Give me the drugs you're on. That's what you're with your rumors. So that's not no minor thing. Yeah, that's not whatever you're drinking. Don't give it me. That's not no minor thing.
Anybody, if you ask Husam, when he started his channel and he had 10 people watching, and he told them, Husam, you will be ranting about Liverpool and it'll be 3,000 people watching you rant about your beloved club. Or you ask Matisse, or you ask you, Flawless, at some point you'll be talking about Man United here, and then people will talk about that. They'll tell you, nah, but we don't feel it because it took step by step.
Yes. That's it. Like, I have to sometimes be like, check myself and go, yo, man's on such and such. Like, I know, like, because with me, I'm not afraid to tell people I'm a fan of them. So even though I'm now cool with them, I'm fans of some of the people I work with. Some of the people I watched, you don't know this. You know what I'm saying? I've mentioned Troops. There's Troops fan cams I know word for word. That's how much I watched that fan cam. Now I can hit him up. I could legit message him, call him, and he pick up, yeah, Flawless, what you saying? That's crazy to me. And if someone would have told me that years back, never.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to never. But is there still ways to go? Of course, I still got goals I want to hit and things I want to do in this space. However, I have to see how far you always have to remember how far you've come along and how many goals you've hit already. And that's what it is with you, Mo. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, don't be like, nothing wrong with being a fan of your peers. Facts. I'm open about it when I'm fans of people. 100%. I'm a fan of you, Mo. Like, when I watch Mo, I'm like, yeah, Mo hilarious. Like, I see you get people. You know what I'm saying? And I see you like, oh yeah, Mo's winding such and such up. I see it. I see the chess moves. And I'm like, that's brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant.
Gotta wait for the right moment to twist it. Do it, bro. Just twist it. Do it. Then get the comment out. And they're like, did we just say that?
Did we just say that? And you do that. You know what I'm saying? You'll get people to like, all right, cool. Say what you really feel. Say what you really feel. 100%.
Yeah,
say what you really feel.
I think people don't understand. It's all about the jokes and the laughs, and at the end, you just say what you think.
Yeah, and that's it, Sunshine. Yeah. That's what this special is all about.
She's one as well.
Yeah, Sunshine.
I remember her first shows, bro. Like, she was, who's this girl going on YouTube trying to make it? I watched her show the other day. She had good amount of people watching her.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, Sunshine, one of them, like Sunshine going to be one of them that is next up in this
Ziad. 100%. Ziad had 100 people watching him now. When Ziad spoke to me and Husam, he complained, oh, I had 10 people watching.
All in time. It's all in time.
He's now doing shows on his own channel. It's just
Ziad is all in. I tell people all the time, it's all in time. And I say, build it and the people will follow. Say that all the time. Build it and the people will follow.
Nick had a show the other day. He had 150 people. I watched Nick do shows with 5 people.
Exactly. This is it. This is
I
that,
watched
and
some
that's it.
Nick's show with 5 people. He was doing a show with 150 people.
Shout out to Nick, and that's what it is. Is there so outside of that, is there anything else you want to do in the future? Whether it's actually two questions you want to do from an individual standpoint, or anything else, or anything else you want to do with the actual channel itself.
Nothing. I just want to be able to be honest with you. Just to be honest, I want to be able to do the content and be able to make a living out of it. To be honest with you, and be able to talk about the football and be comfortable. Just being
Yes, absolutely.
totally honest here. I don't think anybody will come on this channel and tell you this. Hopefully, people. I want to be able to do the content, right? And make a living. Does that make sense?
I hate
Because
trust me, I'm in the same. I fully get what you're saying.
I joined this because I liked football, and now it's turning into a career. So I want to be able to give the people what they want, but also in the same time, I don't want to be worried.
Absolutely.
Completely honest and open here. I don't want to be sitting at home worried that I need to make this. That's the thing. That's it.
Well, that's fair. Well,
It's a very simple thing, by the way. Very simple thing. You know? And is it you know what I mean? Is it by more content? I don't think so. It's by quality content, yes.
Yes.
That's the whole point. It's quality content. When your people actually believe that, even if you say something that is not to their liking, but they are entertained, it's either there are two things. It's that people believe what you say and they think that what you're saying is right, or people don't believe what you say and think what you're saying is wrong, but they believe that it's your actual opinion and you're not doing it for anything else. That's the ultimate goal.
That's it. People have to believe you believe what you say, and even if they disagree with it.
Yes. That's it, bro. Otherwise, I'm a fraud.
No,
otherwise, I'm a fraud. You know what I mean? If I sit and lie, I'm a fraud.
Yeah.
Unless, okay, there are other things when people don't understand. Husam's team of the season yesterday, I got a text from someone or a tweet that said, "Oh, Mo, you chose Sancho on the left side. Do you really believe he's the best left winger in the league?" No, I don't. But I don't think you understand the game. We had 10 people in the freaking stream who were doing team of the season. Do you think we can be objective? Choosing a player? Absolutely no.
Absolutely.
Apart from that, yes. That's it.
Yeah, that's fair. And shout out to everyone that is locked in. Over 140 of you lot in the building. We're at 136 likes. So let's get up to 140 likes. Hit the subscribe button on the channel. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to Judge Mo's channel as well. The link is in the title, people. Judge Mo 84. Links in the title. Click the link and it opens up a new tab. This show and all the specials all week long will be available on all audio platforms as well. Finally, Spotify have sorted out the Sarcasm City TV Spotify because it was playing up over the last couple of days. So if you want to listen to this on audio-only platform, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV, and you will get all the Sarcasm City special second wave editions, people. But Judge Mo, it's been great learning about your journey because I learned a lot. I didn't know all that.
If people want to ask questions, they can.
Yeah, you lot got any final questions for Judge Mo? Let me know. There's a few things I started as well. Big up to Warrior J, who's out here doing the GOAT's work. Goat Mud of Sarcasm City. He says, if you haven't seen the specials, people, there's a playlist for it. I'm working on the timestamp still. So yes, all the Sarcasm City specials, second wave editions, there'll be playlists for. So I've already updated that playlist. There's 2 of these shows tomorrow. I'll tell you at the end of the show who those 2 people are. That's going to be one's 2:30 p.m. UK time, one's 4:30 p.m. UK time. Big up to my guy Hooks, who says, "Hey, Flawless, how come you didn't fight for Gigs top 3 wingers?" This is from the Back Again pod.
I know,
top
bro.
10.
Do you think we don't know? Do you think we don't know what is happening with other podcasts while we're live, bro?
Yeah, of course we don't. The reason why I didn't fight for it, you know why?
They are ranking Salah third, or we know, bro. We know.
You know why I didn't fight for Gigs to be top 3? Because I could just not be bothered. 3 things. 1, I just couldn't be bothered arguing with Troops, Lewis, and Monts about it. 2, all my players on the list I seen win multiple. If you combine them 3, what Troops, Monts, and Lewis have seen their players win, it doesn't match up to what I seen those players win. And number 3, I knew Ronaldo was going to win, so I was going to win anyway. I got 3 players in the top 5, so that's where it was. Also, Can I do a sarcasm city special with you as the guest vlog? We're gonna pattern something because people do want to hear my story, but this ain't about me. But we're gonna sort something out 100% chic. Omar says, bro, I love this episode. I'm so inspired. Damn, and that's the aim. But you lot, any questions for Mo before we go? Let us know. Let us know. I'm also on content creating rather than actual just footballing related stuff. If you lot have any questions on his jersey, etc., let me know. Let me know, people. Let's see what else you lot are saying as well. And also to Ramo, who says, need a special with Faz and Marcel together. Hey, man, just watch this space, Ramo. That's what I will say. I won't do him joint.
People like
Ask Mo if he's going to do more inter watch alongs. Are you going to do more inter watch alongs?
We'll do the inter and also. People just say, why don't you do a lot of inter on your channel? Because I'm not gonna be able to watch the rest of the game. So I watch Inter on the big screen. For example, Inter play Juventus. I'm not gonna do a watch along because I want to watch Inter and I also want to play and I want to watch Arsenal as well at the same time. Like, it's hard.
Man's like Goat Zell. You know what I'm saying? That's a fire name. He says, when did you feel you could make it as a career?
And in the middle of the Never Fall journey, when we started making in the summer of 2023.
Okay.
To be honest, this is when I believed we can actually make it as a career. That's the real time. That is the reality. Actually, it's when I started actually saying, yeah, I can make it as a career now. This can happen, 100%.
But big up to Sava. Says, Mo, will Spurs win the league this year?
I don't think you'll even get top 4, Sava. Do you know what? Last season is when I started believing in this. You know, I normally always have been with my wife. I always don't believe in the intangibles, even though I believe in God. I'm a Muslim, right? I swear to God, Spurs are one of the reasons I started believing in I wasn't the biggest believer in the anxieties, you know what I mean? I never been to a shrink in my life. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Spurs are the ones that made me believe in that Spursy thing. I'm being serious, by the way. Husam knows this is truth. Do you know why Husam knows this is truth? Because I used to speak about the logic last time. I used to speak about with the logic last season, and then Spurs made me believe that there is something called Spursy, bro. It's real. I swear to people don't understand that this is actually a true thing that I just believed that the Spurs thing is real.
No, I'm big up to the football club for the super chat. Appreciated. He says, outside of the online debates and arguments, we're humans with our own experiences. Not easy to get on camera for some. Great convos, flawless. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the kind words as well, football club. I really, really do. I appreciate it. Matchday Guru says, Mo, just starting up, how to grow my channel.
Consistency. And to be honest with you, it's all about consistency and focusing on one topic. Don't do the too many things at the same time. It's either for Premier League and or Arsenal only, or Man United only, or this. Just focus on one thing only. And I think consistency is so key that you'll hit it. It's very important. Don't be diverse. People think that diverse content will get you more subscribers. No, really.
Can't be too diverse. I think it's like with anything. I think it's with moderation. Not that you want to be solely one thing, but you want to have
talk
one.
about Champions League. You can talk about this, but don't. The reason why, don't confuse the audience.
Facts.
Don't confuse
you don't want to have one USP, but you want to be like able to like, all right, I go here for this. Yeah.
For this, yes.
Like Premier League, for example.
For example, if I do a lot of Serie A, people say, oh, Mo, why don't you do Serie A? I'm just gonna give you an example. If I have 26K and I grew the next 4 or 5K and I grew the next 26K talking about Serie A. If I put a video out talking about Serie A, the 26 that subscribe that want to watch the Premier League content will not watch the channel.
Right.
And the algorithms will be bad because you have half your subscribers don't even click or get involved. It's a big thing. Yeah, it's a big thing.
Jonathan K says, anything to avoid as a content creator? Any regrets?
Not really, to be honest. To be honest with you, all the journey is just about learning. I think everything you do is just learning, to be honest. And ask for a lot of advice from the people that you know, to be honest. Ask for a lot of people to that the people that know, ask. But there is nothing I would avoid, to be honest. Maybe nothing, to be honest with you.
So your talk says, what is the biggest lesson you learned during your YouTube career? It's a good question.
Is that people are nicer than how they look.
Talk about that. Expand on that one.
And people's opinions don't define who they are. Just very important. And don't judge people because you meet them on YouTube.
First.
3 things. Don't judge people because you met them on YouTube and their opinions are different than yours. Genuinely.
That's fair.
Their opinion on YouTube does not define who they are as people outside.
Oh yeah, agree.
Genuinely.
100%. That is that.
Because people think that person on YouTube, like, yeah, the personality is there. The personality is there. Of course, I'm the same guy outside of YouTube. The people that met me. But my opinion on YouTube does not define who I am.
First. That's a good answer. Good question as well. Omar B says, what advice would you give to a guy like me who doesn't support a Premier League team but talks about the Premier League? He's a Barcelona fan.
Call-in shows. Lots.
There you go.
Lots of call-in shows. Get involved. Lots of call-in shows. Whenever you have a chance, just do it.
Call-in shows. Let's see. Big up to Becky in the chat as well. Total Eclipse asked this a few times. He says, guys, why do you think so many people are shifting towards listening to YouTube content creators more and invest their time in people like you guys than listening to the waffle like Sky Sports, TNT, BBC?
I don't think they waffle at all. I'm against that, actually. Do you know that? I like to watch some of the clips of Sky Sports and TNT and BBC and Talk Sports. I disagree with the notion that they waffle. It's targeted sometimes, of course, because you gotta. Let me just tell you this. People don't understand that you have to follow sometimes a script or something like that. Yes, which is not bad, people. It's not that bad, right? Sometimes you gotta avoid doing something because it hurts this and it hurts that. Yes. But I don't think it's that waffle. But the reason why people watch YouTube more than TNT, I'm telling you what, because of the freaking jokes. I promise you laughed here on the show more than if you watch the show with Gary Neville and Carragher. Because we are allowed, we are more open to tell jokes and banter each other and joke with each other. Just as humans, because we are not actually in front of other crew. It's me sitting in my studio and Flawless sitting in it. I don't have a whole crew behind me.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous.
Yeah, there's no
It's
nervous.
just me.
There's nothing we can't say either.
Yeah, I can say whatever. So we joke, we banter. So it's more fun. That's why I think Total Eclipse, that's why lots of people are moving towards watching YouTube, because they feel it's more related to them sitting with their friends talking about football rather than the actual ex-footballer that is talking about football from a tactical or wearing a suit and sitting in front of a camera. Simple.
Yeah, I think, Total Eclipse, Mo touched on it there. I'm not against everyone who's on Sky Sports, TNT, BBC, Talk
I don't.
Sport.
It's true.
Yeah,
I
think there's some pundits I enjoy watching. There's certain shows I enjoy watching on all of these. There's some I don't. Kind of like content creating. Not everybody enjoys all the content creators, and it's different strokes for different folks. It's what your preference is and what you like. Go on.
How many people watch the DR Sports or the thing that between Expressions and KG?
Shout out to KG Expressions.
It might not be mainstream media, but I'm sure you freaking watch it because you sit down and have a laugh and you get entertained.
Yeah,
very simple.
We do. Oh, the thing they did with the violinist was hilarious, man. That had me rolling.
If you get it with a good heart,
talk about shit. Yeah, it was. So yeah, that's what I would say. I'd say, but the reason why people gravitate towards content creators, because we will say the uncomfortable truths. We will be critical when others might bite their tongue because maybe they know the players or they know the managers or there's an emotional attachment to the club. Whereas we'll be critical. We've seen Mo criticizing the Milan. There's no qualms about it. If he feels a manager's not good enough or a player's not good enough, he's gonna say so. Same way with me with Manchester United. If I believe a manager's not good enough or a player's not good enough, I'm going to say so. Whereas mainstream media some will stay away from that. Whereas you get content.
You know what? I don't know if it's right or wrong though. You know
it's
what
not right or wrong, it's just you giving your opinion.
Sometimes I sit with myself and I say, I cussed Kokorea. I don't mean to cuss the guy in person, but sometimes I'm and literally this is some thought. It's a thought that comes to my mind a lot of times. I cussed Jack Grealish, and I cussed Kokorea, and I cussed Kai Havertz, and I cussed Marcus Rashford, or whatever, Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, for real. And big up to Sava again for the super chat. Says, yes, Mo. It's mad how so many people hear a football opinion from YouTube and think they know the creator's life and personality, because that's just laziness on their part. That's what that is,
Yeah,
Sava.
100%.
Super laziness. How you can watch someone at work and go, that's how they are as a person. That's how they are in their life and this, that, and that. No, you don't know me to even say so like that. Like, so again, people doing too much. Have a big up for the super chat though. Final couple questions before we close out as well, people. Big up to Double AA who says, how do you stay up to date with industry changes and YouTube content trends?
Basically it's Twitter trends, YouTube trends, and Google trends. To be honest, I read tons of news, bro, every day, bro. Do you know my daily routine in the morning? I wake up and say Arsenal on Google, hit news, Man City, hit news, and then I do last 24 hours on Google, Man United, 24 hours. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And then I see the headlines, and whatever the headlines are, I just speak about them. Chelsea, like that's what I do. Top 6 clubs, and I just type Man United on Google, news, tools on Google, last 24 hours. Because if I miss something
And that's it.
when I was sick, and that's it.
Yeah.
Basically, what's on Google is what's out there.
You'll know what's out there, and you'll see it on social media. If you're in group chats, I'm in group chats. I'll wake up if certain breaks. One of the man them's gonna drop the message in the group chat, or shout out to Warrior J or any of my regulars. They'll drop stuff in the chat that I might not know about. I'll be doing the United show, Man Them United, and Flawless, you heard about this, and they'll drop it in the chat, or they'll ask me a question about something like that. So the audience also, because we doing live streams, they'll keep you up to date. Also, as well as that. So that's how you keep up to date with changes and trends and things of that nature. And yeah, that's what I would say about that. And yeah, Sava, they do too. And Sava, the reason why people say things like this to you is because they have nothing to go at your footballing arguments, so they'll go as you as a content creator. Because your arguments are very, very well put together and well thought out. So rather than, all right, I can't question Sava's footballing logic, so I'm just gonna go at him as a person. Lazy. Absolute laziness. Yeah, like that's why they say nonsense like that. We'll end on this one with Sheik. Says, question for Mo. How long did it take for you? How long did it take from your first video to you full time? My bad if the question was answered already. Big up fan. Big fan, bro.
I'm gonna tell you guys something that I was speaking to my wife yesterday about, to be honest with you. Not everything happens if you work hard. That's the reality. I'm not telling you, but it requires a lot of luck. I was lucky. By the way, there's a lot, thousands of people. 95% of people that work hard don't make it.
Damn.
95. Don't listen to everyone that makes it. I didn't make it, by the way. I didn't. It's fucking nothing, right?
You are a full-time content creator who's famous and gets recognized on the street with 26.8K subscribers.
Hold on. Okay. It's number one, it's relative, right? To how you look at it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But my point about this, it's very strong. You hear Denzel Washington. I love Denzel Washington, my favorite ever actor, actually.
You know what? Mine too.
He's my favorite ever actor, bro.
Mine too.
I want people, it's the first time I actually say that, and I have the guts to say it. Don't listen to the people that tell you, oh, all the hard work will pay off. When you sit with people by themselves, there is a lot of luck going into it, and I was one of the lucky people. It's not called luck, it's called God help me with this. Allah, we're Muslims, I believe in that. Allah, God help me to reach where I am. To answer the question, it took me basically in the Premier League from December 2021 until today. You do the math. You do the math. But I promise you, it's not only about hard work. Keep working and everything. But sometimes you make your own luck. Like I freaking called in all the time. I asked to be on shows.
That's what I would say. I think it is not solely working. Working hard, of course, is a part of it. I think you have to work hard. I think you have to work smart. I also think you have to be skilled at your at the field, whatever it is. We're just talking about content creating, but they're free things, and there is an element of luck. But you mentioned it there. You make your own luck. There's an element of luck, of course there is. There's an element of luck,
bro, 100%.
But I don't think the luck is as much as you're saying.
Okay, let me just tell you. If you have the luck without the other things, you will never make it. But you can have the other things without the luck, but you can make it.
Well,
that makes
sense? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a bar. That is a... Hey, say that again, Mo. That's a bar. We're going to end on that note. That's a fire bar.
You can have the luck, but without the hard work, you'll never make it, right? But with the hard work, even without the luck, you can make it.
Hey, people, I think that's a fitting end to the first ever Sarcasm City special, second wave. I think that is a supremely fitting end. That's what I will say. Shouts to Mo. Mo, love to see how you've gone, the trajectory you're on. You know what I'm saying? Well, the accomplishments you've already made, the channel you've already built, you as a content creator yourself, and future as well. Because next time we do this, people, like Mo gonna graduate the class. Next time we do this, it won't be the Sarcasm City special second wave. It'll be the Sarcasm City special. We graduate in the class, people. It's just a question of when, not if. 100%. But I know we said that was a fitting way to end it. But final few words, man, Mo, because it's been great having
No, big up, Flawless. You've been one of the people I was watching before, wanted to work with you. Always phenomenal working with you. We met in real life. So that was good. People are real, and just keep it real, people. I promise you I have no ill feelings towards any people, even the people that abuse me, because I know you don't know me. Just get to know me first before you abuse me.
Thanks.
Before you say anything. We try to make it out here. We try to make it entertaining for you people. And we'll always talk about football. I always say that. Challenge the opinion, never challenge the person. Never challenge the person. That's it. Big up, Flawless. Make sure to guys hit that like button if you're still watching. 2 hours of good conversation. I hope that you guys
great conversation. We got the backstory to Judge Mo. That's what it is. We got the backstory. We got the not entertained. We got the full backstory.
To be honest with you, I'm absolutely humbled of being here. Never thought someone like you, Flawless, will make a stream where I actually have to say what I made it, because I don't consider myself made it yet. But big up, appreciate you so much, my man.
Of course, man.
Hopefully more work, and from success to success. You're a great guy, great content, and a great person, and wish you all the success, nothing less. Inshallah. You'll get places.
Yeah, man, same to you. So fire emojis in the chat for Mo, people. Subscribe to his channel. Links in the title as well. Road to 30K over there, Mo. Big up for starting this series. Much appreciated. I knew the conversation was going to be good. I already knew it was going to be because of how we speak and how you are as a character. I already knew as well. So yeah, man, big up to you each and every time, Mo. Shout out to everyone in the chat as well. And I did mention it before I do close out. So you're going to get these all week long, people. Obviously, this is the first one. You're going to get these all week long. And someone mentioned it in the chat about a couple of people. So 2:30 p.m. UK tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. UK tomorrow. We got 2 Sarcasm City specials, second wave lined up. The first one will be with none other than Football Heritage TV in the chat. Sava will be on 2:30 p.m. UK time. And then we following that up, people, with none other than never dull moment when he's around. Big character. Faz will be on the show, people. Mr. Biryani himself, man. So shout out to Faz. He'll be on the show. So yeah, love to everyone that's locked in, Mo. Big up for joining again, man. Can only say good things about you, man. And love to everyone that has locked in. This has been the Sarcasm City special, second wave, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube with special guest Judge Mo. Thank you very much for tuning in.